Hi, Ed. Hi, Ed.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for coming on the Foghorn Podcast today.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
Thanks. And what would you like to share with us today?
If it's okay, I'd quite like to talk about my experience as a youth ambassador for the anti-bullying charity Bulliesout. It's a cause that I think it's really personal to me, and I think it's such an awesome opportunity that not a lot of people know about the Youth Ambassador program, and I think it could benefit so many young people.
Wow, that sounds absolutely amazing. So yes, please tell us about your journey.
Thank you. So I was in secondary school and I was bullied for being autistic and genderqueer. Not fun at all, really not fun. But after a bit, I was like, you know what? Because in my head, like the whole bullying narrative is bullying ruins lives, bullying ends lives, which is true and is really important because it tells people not to bully. But if you're actually being bullied, that narrative is very kind of negative. It's like, oh well, I guess my life is ruined now. And I thought to myself, hey, I don't want to become like a sad story to stop people from bullying. I want to be the one stopping people from bullying. So I Googled anti-bullying charities and I found Bulliesout. I was like 15 at the time. And a lot of them you had to be 18 to volunteer. So whereas Bulliesout, they were really keen for young people to engage and go out in their communities, deliver workshops, do fundraisers, do community stalls. It was really awesome. At the beginning, I was so shy. I'm not even kidding. Like I was just in the meeting, like, don't look at me, don't talk to me, don't acknowledge me. And now it's impossible to shut me up at the meetings. So.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So can we just go back to, so you were at school, so you were 15 when you started to experience being bullied?
I was 11 when I started experiencing being bullied.
Really? 11? Wow. And what happened? Like, how did it start? Was it just like from one day to the next? I mean, was it just comments or?
Well, it's weird because a lot of it was very hard to notice as bullying at first. I mean, if I'm honest, it started in primary school just with people. I would get called weird a lot because I'm autistic and I see the world differently, I behave differently. And there are lots of stereotypes around autism that you're really mean or that you only care about maths and hate people, which is not true. I'm bad at maths and I love people. And I get called weird a lot, and my catchphrase was always, I'm only weird to weird people. And that was my like, little catchphrase, which wasn't even that smart, but I was very pleased with it. And I went to secondary school thinking this will be a new start. I won't have these horrible people just call me weird, call me a freak all the time.
Did you have friends at the time? Sorry to interrupt. Like when you were
no, it's chill. I had like I kind of hung out with people, but towards the end of primary school, I didn't like have like a big friendship group I was part of. It was quite difficult. But I was really into reading at the time, so I read a lot of groups, and I think that a lot of stereotypes around autism are very harmful because people were like, oh, that's the weird kid, they don't mind just reading it. It's like, no, actually, I really want to socialize and have friends and stuff. I wasn't actually diagnosed at this point, but I feel like bullies are the best at diagnosing people. They just see that you're weird and they're like, right.
So anything that's different, anything that's slightly different, it's like zone in.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, I am personally insulted by the fact that you are different. And but I went to secondary school, I thought it would be a new start, and it got so much worse.
No.
People were telling me to kill myself. People were saying that rumors were spread, which made absolutely no sense. Like, I mean, some of them are a bit racy, so I don't know if this podcast goes out to like kids, so I don't want to like talk about the racy rumors. I mean, none of them were true, but I felt even if they were true, it was like, does that make me a bad person? Like, who needs to die? Like, I think it's really weird because like the first two rumors were that I was a lesbian, and I was kind of mentally like, well, even if I was, like,
exactly, yeah,
like it's the 21st century, deal with it. And then the second rumor was that, you can edit this out if it's too racy, was that I was a prostitute. And I was kind of mentally like, Okay, well, first of all, I'm 12, so that's a bit unrealistic. And second of all, like, obviously I'm not, but like, surely even I feel like there's a lot of misogyny because it's like all the narratives around, oh, people said that she had a million boyfriends and oh, people said that she like slept around and stuff, but she didn't, so therefore she didn't deserve to be bullied. I'm like, whoa, what? What is she? I mean, obviously this doesn't relate to me because but say I was 16. What if I did have a million boyfriends, but I was still really nice to everyone? It's
Yeah.
just total misogyny because
Yeah.
guys can like it because it's like cool for guys to have a million girlfriends, but then if a girl's a million boyfriends, it's like no.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
No one deserves. No, that's okay. No one deserves to be bullied, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
and
the
it's
point. Yeah.
yeah, and all the people who support me were like, we know you don't deserve to be bullied because you don't have boyfriends and you're not a lesbian. And I was like, even if I was, like, I mean, I wasn't. Even if I was, like, I don't know. But it got really bad. In the end, I just left school because my mental health was just like it was really awful. But anyway, I feel like I've been kind of like being all like, oh, there's all this bad stuff, but I really want to get across the good stuff because I do feel that like the narrative around kids who are bullied is that their lives are ruined or they die or it's just terrible for them for the rest of their life, which is an important narrative, but I think so is the I was bullied and then I volunteered for an anti-bullying charity and won a Diana award and went on and had a life which I'm really happy with and found closure and that's all great kind of thing. I think that narrative is really important as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, tell us about that then.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to like
No, of course. No.
Thank you. Well, I'd kind of like recently come out of hospital for the bullying and I was like
sorry, you were attacked?
Oh no, it was like mental health related.
Oh, okay.
No one like directly hospitalized me. Sorry, I didn't mean to give the wrong idea.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
I came out of hospital and I was like, this needs to end. Because actually, my mental health was the worst after I left school. Because when I was at school, I just completely like shut down. Then I left school and I had time to process everything that had happened. And I was like, oh. And then I really nosedived. It was not fun. And I was like, okay, I need to do something. I need to find closure. And I think it was unfair because sometimes I feel like there's more pressure on people who are bullied to find closure than there is on the actual bullies to not bully. Like there's this whole don't be bitter, don't be, and I'm like I'm trying. Just give me like 1 minute to feel how bad it was. Anyway, sorry.
Exactly. No, you're right. Definitely. You got to feel it. You got to feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I googled anti-bullying charities, found Bulliesout, and honestly, I think it was one of the best decisions of my life to just send in an application. I kind of did it on a bit of a like, they probably won't even accept me, and then they did, and I've learned so much awesome stuff. Like I've learned about social media, I've learned about video editing, which is now one of my massive hobbies. I learned just how to really flourish. That's not the right word, is it? Is it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, flourish.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Why not?
And I feel like I've done something that helps people. Like I remember I delivered a workshop to a couple of kids who were being bullied. They were at like a bigger like thing for kids who've been bullied, and I delivered a workshop there about cyberbullying and how to stay safe online, and I handed out a survey at the end, just constructive feedback, and some of the stuff which they gave me, honestly I could have cried because
really
I feel like when you've been bullied and you know how awful it is, you just want to do everything in your power to stop that from happening to anyone else, and obviously like you can't end bullying single-handedly. But the fact that they put these really nice comments about how I made them feel like seen and heard and like how I was just, it just, that made everything so much better. And I just wish that, sorry, I'm not making any sense.
Please do not say sorry. You're making absolute sense.
Thank you.
They say, don't they? They say your pain is your power.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, on the one hand, I used to have this thing where I'd be like, this pain is my rocket fuel, and I will use this pain to do my Bulliesout work. on the other hand, and this is just me personally, I'm not trying to like say, because obviously it works for everyone, I do think that sometimes there does need to be space for pain can just be really bad and can do really bad things to you, and you need to kind of acknowledge that. So I guess it's kind of like a dialect. You got to kind of I'm not using the right words. I'm so sorry.
No, do not say sorry. You do not need to say
thank
sorry.
you.
Of course, no. Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah.
On the one hand, the pain can do wonderful things. On the other hand, it can do really bad things. And I think it's good to acknowledge both, and also that it does really suck, and it's okay to feel that pain. But that's just me.
Yeah, no, and I think that's totally fine. We all have our way of, you know, what's right for us, what's not right for us, and that's absolutely fine. And I think having that freedom to be ourselves and explore is like very, very important, isn't it? You know, we will have our way, and sharing, and like you said, when you gave those workshops to other people who have been bullied, how it really helped them, you know, being seen and being heard. And that's what it is about, isn't it? Being seen and being heard. And I think when you feel connected and you're not alone, and there is a way out, I think that it's so I mean, it changes, it's life-changing actually. And I guess it seems like that's what Bulliesout did for you. They gave you a voice. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
No, definitely. Bulliesout. I mean, the Youth Ambassador program is an awesome opportunity. Like, I can't believe that people aren't like queuing up to get in. So I think it's like, I don't know, I really want to sing its praises because it helped me so much.
Can you tell us about that? Awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
What's it called? Master program.
The Youth Ambassador.
Oh yeah. Tell us about that then. Yeah.
So young people, they can be, if you're under 10, then you're a mini ambassador. And if you're between 10 and 25, then you're a youth ambassador. And roughly once a month, there'll be like training in social media, or I think the last one which we did was digital footprint, so staying safe online. But there was also, we also did like a kind of acting confidence one, which was really fun, and I think really helped with my confidence.
So what is it, like a group? So you join like a group, and then
it's a group of young people. Once a month you do like a training workshop, and then in return you try and complete projects for them. So I run a YouTube channel where I try and sing the praises of the Youth Ambassador program. I've done fundraisers, I've done lots of coffee mornings because I love baking, and that's just so much fun. I'm doing this podcast. And I've done community stalls, which have been good. One of them didn't go well because barely anyone came to it because it was really quiet, but I learned from it. I wrote a thing at the end about what I'd learned, and it was really helped me build resilience. They're just and they support you to do stuff for charity, which you maybe would struggle to do by yourself, because it's like, if say you're like, oh, I want to do a community stall, it's like, well, how do I email them? What do I need? But Bulliesout support you, and you just get so many awesome opportunities. Wow. What's the other thing?
So it's being part of a community, like being part of a supportive community.
Definitely. Everyone is so nice, and it's really changed my life. It's so great, and I feel like giving back to you, because I've actually done oh god, that sounded like such a horrible, I've actually done a lot of volunteering. Like, I really didn't mean it like that.
It's fine.
It was because I was off school for ages and I was kind of bored, and I just did some volunteering, and I think that really helped me kind of feel like I had value, and that also I still had some stuff to give. I still had some stuff to say. Like I wasn't just kind of a sad anti-bullying story. I was a person who could build their life up, and yeah.
Wow, no, that sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. And when you were like going through that, is there anything you wished like your teachers could have done, or your parents would have known, or something looking back now that would have helped you?
I'm going to start with, my parents were absolutely amazing and supportive. I could not have asked for better parents. But with regards to teachers, so if I get on my soapbox, tell me to get off the soapbox. But I really think that a lot of the teachers in my school were just actively did not care about bullying. and some of the male teachers I felt didn't care about sexual harassment. Like this guy in my PE class was really saying obscene things about fictional stuff that we'd done last night, and I was just trying to ignore him. Although looking back, I should have yelled at him. Like, absolutely obscene. And we were like 13 and everything, and the PE teacher was just like, "Settle down, class," and I was like, "What? Like, this is illegal."
Wow.
Like, so I really think teachers need to take bullying more seriously. They need to educate themselves on autism, because I wasn't diagnosed until I was 14, which made everything really, really difficult, because people were like, "Oh, you're weird or you're badly behaved," and I was like, "No, I'm trying really hard. I'm just different. I see the world differently. I act differently, but I'm trying just as hard as you." So they need to educate themselves on autism. Which I really don't think autism is a bad thing. I think it's just a thing. Like, you can be autistic, you can be neurotypical, you aren't better or worse, you're just different. I think people who want to cure autism are really mean, basically. But
because that's saying you need to be fixed, so you don't need to be fixed.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally like, you're not neurotypical, so we don't like you. And it's like, because that's not discrimination at all. But no, I think teachers need to educate themselves on autism, they need to educate themselves on bullying, and they need to not turn a blind eye. It's so kind of, it just made me feel like I wasn't important. Like, it didn't really matter that I was being bullied or sexually harassed or anything. It was just like, yeah, they're going through hell and we don't care. And I was like, you're literally a teacher. This is your job. Sorry, I am ranting. I do apologize.
No, it's fine. I mean, I think it is important that you need to feel safe at school, don't you, really? I mean, how can you study and everything if you're not feeling safe? You know, that's super important, I think. And I think there needs to be more awareness. People are talking about it now, but it's probably still not enough, is it? It's not enough. You hear it so often, people being bullied. But no, thank you for sharing that. And so what are your plans now then? Where are you now?
What's your story at the moment
now?
Well, I'm hoping, even though I'm 19, to try college again, because as you can probably tell from my tasteful and film behind me. Oh, sorry, it's a podcast. I have a ton of film posters on my wall. I am crazy about classic movies, like silent movies. I love silent movies so much. I'm hoping to go to college and study film. But the problem is, I don't know how accessible anything is going to be. Like, this isn't a comment on the college that I'm going to. For all I know, it's the most accessible college in the entire universe, and it's absolutely wonderful because I haven't been yet. But I have found that it's the things and university and stuff, like, well, I haven't been to university, but like, school wasn't very accessible. They weren't very understanding. If I had meltdowns, if I displayed any autistic behavior, it was like, no, you must be neurotypical. So I mean, ideally, in like a dream world where I owned a pet unicorn, I do a PhD in film, because I just love film.
Wow, would you?
But A, funding, massive thing. B, accessibility. But the one thing that I do know is I'm always going to be volunteering when I have time, because it's such an important part of my life now. It's like, how could I? It just feels like the thing that really keeps me sane, and it makes me feel like the world isn't such a bad place, or if the world is a bad place, at least I can do something about it, rather than just being like, the world's a terrible place, I don't know what to do. So
yeah, they say, don't they, giving and helping is the thing that makes you feel, well, it makes you feel good when you help somebody
definitely
else. No, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Ed. Is there anything else you would like to share?
I guess I would just say, like, if you're being bullied, that I'm so sorry that that's happening to you, and there is another narrative than the one that you see, where you go on and you do awesome things and you're just happy. Like, the popular narrative is that you're bullied and then your life sucks, but there are so many more narratives. And if I can get out of, like, being in hospital and just completely nosediving with my mental health, then, like, I think anyone can go from feeling absolutely awful to just having a nice life.
Wow, that's so inspiring. That's so inspiring. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Ed, for sharing your story. And I'm sure, it's super, you've inspired me anyway.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and it's very, very inspiring. And just keep doing what you're doing. It sounds great. And thank you so much for coming on. And I look forward to connecting with you again.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much.